Hi there. Thank you so much for joining us today for our panel discussion. I have the topic today, and of course, I think it's great. I hope you'll think so too. I also have a wonderful panel that I'm sure you will enjoy. With me today are Loy Williams, Susan Jarboe, and Karen Downy. And me, I'm Reverend Linda. Before we get into our topic, let's open with a moment of prayer and just get centered. I invite you to let go of anything that's going on outside of here and just turn within. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, and let's take a breath together. God, Great Spirit, divine energy, we give thanks, knowing that you are with us, in us, and all around us. God, we give thanks in knowing that we can open our connection and find more of anything and everything we are thirsting for. Thank you, God. Amen. Okay, so we are in this book, and let me see if I can share that with you. This is actually kind of a daily reading book, The Language of Letting Go, Daily Meditations for Codependence by Melody Beattie. And this reading moved me so much. I was excited to share it with my panel and with you. So bear with me and I'll read this real quick. It's not long. Detaching in love. Detachment is a key to recovery from codependency. It strengthens our healthy relationships, the ones that we want to grow and flourish. It benefits our difficult relationships, the ones that are teaching us to cope. It helps us. Detachment is not something we do once, it's a daily behavior in recovery. We learn it when we're beginning our recovery from codependence and adult children issues. And we continue to practice it along the way as we grow and change, and as our relationships grow and change. We learn to let go of people we love, people we like, and those we don't particularly care for. We separate ourselves and our process from others and their process. We relinquish our tight hold and our need to control in our relationships. We take responsibilities for ourselves and we allow others to do the same. We detach with the understanding that life is unfolding exactly as it needs to for others and for ourselves. The way life unfolds is good, even when it hurts, and ultimately we can benefit from even the most difficult situations. We do this with the understanding that a power greater than ourselves is in charge, and all is well. And the affirmation? Today, I will apply the concept of detachment to the very best of my ability in relationships. If I can't let go completely, I will try to hang on loose. Okay. This was actually one of the harder lessons for me to learn when I got into recovery. Part of it was I felt like I had hurt so many people, I needed to make it up for them, and I needed to make sure they had the best possible life. And of course, the way to do that was to try and control every aspect of their being. Obviously, that didn't work out. That wasn't a good philosophy. It wasn't a good way of doing things, and I came to understand that it was a huge lack of faith. For me, being able to detach with love is letting you have your path and trusting you in God's keeping, knowing that each and every one of us are here for different experiences, and all our feelings, all our experiences are valid. And even if the very worst possible thing happens, good can come from that. And if I'm controlling you, I'm actually doing you harm. I am not letting you breathe and be who you were born to be. So there's my reading, there's my topic. I'm going to turn it over to my amazing panel, one at a time, gang.
I'll go. Um, I love the book you're reading from. Um, it's been quite a few years since I picked up one of Melody Beattie's books, but um, she helped me so much in my journey of recovering. And I remember very clearly back in about 78 or 9, my first Al-Anon meeting. And I was kind of told that I was the problem, not my alcoholic ex. It's like, what a concept. But it took quite a few years for all of that to just sink in. Um, I really thought that he could read my mind. He should know what I was thinking. He should. And I mean, I really did. I had no concept. I mean, I didn't really have good role models that modeled any of that either. So you're kind of shooting from your back pocket when you get married. And I know one day my son told me, Mom, men and women do not think alike. And it was like, honest to God, it was like, whoa, really? So I don't know. Over the last many years, it's kind of like a constant detaching from persons, places, things. Oh my golly, I remember back when my daughter was very young, I don't know, probably 15, and in and out of the house, and realizing that I had to let her go. She might die on the street. And I mean, I cried buckets, but it's like I don't have any control. I could, we couldn't chain her to the bed or the room. And it's kind of like been a series of hard lessons like that, of having to let go. And now it seems like more than ever, it's letting go of old beliefs, old ideas, old values, um, things. It's like a whole body, mind, spirit shift. So that book is like um, a really important book because if we're growing, we keep changing and things keep coming to mind that need to be let go of. Attachment isn't a good thing. It doesn't work. Thank you. Really good topic.
Yes, it is a really good topic. And this is one of those topics which I need to be reminded of every day. And that refers to the concept of detachment. I heard two themes here. One was codependency, and the other was detachment. And I have had a very good life and have not had to face the problems that are associated with codependency, except, of course, with my cat. Because I will find myself in my chair, my cat curled up on my lap, and I want to get up and get a drink or something. And I say to myself, I can't do that. It would disturb the cat. So, in little ways in my life, I have my codependent furry friend. Now, the concept of detachment, uh, I think, is really important, and I can only echo what other people have said. Um, I'm trying to downsize because I live in a mobile home and it's bursting at the seams. And so one of the first things I'm trying to detach from are material possessions. And I was very proud of myself for taking 3 boxes to the Goodwill yesterday. Now, that's a drop in the bucket to what I have to do. But I look at something and I have these old messages of material possessions. One is my parents were Depression era people. And so keep things for a rainy day. You know, you keep everything. You keep rubber bands, you keep wrapping paper. And so there's this part of me unconscious that says, well, someday I may need this. And so I'm trying to tackle that in terms of becoming more detached. And you also, Karen mentioned beliefs and values. And that is also a difficult one. Given the state of the world today, and I won't go into any details, um, I find myself thrust into detachment because I can't bear to look at it. In other words, uh, it's not an intention and a choice to be detached, which is what I was. My detachment is an emotional reaction to something I don't like. And I never realized that until you, Linda and Karen, were talking about this whole process. So when it comes to detaching myself, I need to look at my intentions so that it is a definite choice rather than running away from something. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but it was the insight I really got into myself and the process of detachment. And so I want to thank the panel for giving me this insight into my own psychology.
Thank you very much for that insight, Susan. That you opened up a lot for me, and thank you, Reverend Linda, for this particular topic. And Karen, also, thank you for what you've said. When it comes to it's funny you would mention detachment and codependency because it makes me realize how even though I am progressing in a positive direction in my life, especially when hanging out with Unity people. I am still very attached emotionally to people that I don't like, and there are quite a few of people that I really don't like, um, and I have to remember that I am not the end all be all of the universe, and there are people who will probably never uh, behave the way that I want them to behave, but it is my job to love them anyway. And love, I can love someone a lot and still not like them. So that's really all I have to say. But I'm really grateful for all the other remarks that you folks have brought up. Thank you so much.
Wow, so many wonderful points of view. Thank you all. I knew this would be a great topic to look at. And Susan, you're absolutely right. For me, your truth is my truth too, that detaching from material things. I have the clothes that I was married in. I will never wear them again. Neither will anybody else in my family, but um, I kind of like having them here. I'm attached to them. And clearing things out. You know, the same thing you said, one day you may need this. That's kind of a lack of faith that you'll need it and it won't be there. You know, when we're in the flow of oneness, we know that our needs will be supplied. So that was a good reminder for me to look at anything that I'm holding on to. like that. And Loy, I had some real problems with that, love everyone. And I love the oneness of all of us. That doesn't mean that I want you on my path or in my life or in my home. It does mean that I honor the path that you're on and I behold the Christ in you. And I often remind myself that we are all a work in progress, but I can be grateful that we do not need to share the same path and release you on your way. And that's how I detach. I have to look at why I'm holding on to things, especially things that bring up negativity in me. It's like, am I cutting myself? Am I poking myself? Why am I causing myself this pain? And oftentimes it's because there's something inside of me that I haven't completely healed. And I end up being grateful that I was able to find the healing that I needed to do. And I can release you and let you go and do the healing that's necessary for me to be my highest and best. Karen, I agreed with everything you said. I have no comments for you. Go ahead.
In what you were saying, Linda, it was like, well, I've moved 118 times. So letting go of stuff isn't too big of a problem. The ideas and other stuff is. But early on in program, and I don't always like this, it's that finger pointing thing. When there's somebody I don't like, I get so upset with myself because I have to look, it's part of my shadow. And I mean, I don't care if it's a political person, if it's the neighbor, whenever something does something inside me, there's always a reflection of something either I haven't dealt with or that's a piece of my past, that controlling, that know-it-all, that I'm right, you're wrong. And boy, now is really a time that lesson is a big one. I just have to keep my mouth shut and focus on looking up instead of out and judging. So really, really good topic, everybody. And everybody, thank you for the shares.
Thank you. Yeah, let go and let God. I'm often triggered with my mama bear. I want to come out and protect people. And again, it's a lack of faith. I don't need to protect them. They have everything they need inside of them. But boy, I'm right there and I know I want to protect somebody and I need to back up and have faith and just pray. Yeah. Okay. Any other comments? All right. Thank you all for your insight in bringing together this topic. I got a lot out of it and I hope you did too. We are so grateful to have you tune in and watch our videos. Please feel free to share this or any of the videos that we've done. If you aren't already a subscriber and you like what we're doing here, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you hit that little golden bell, that will make sure you get notification anytime we post a new video. If you'd like to be a part of the team, it's easier than you could imagine. Just get a hold of the church. The information is there for you at the end of the video. And with that, I'll say goodbye. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.